Open a book. Open a book and you'll travel without moving your feet. Open a book and you'll meet people and places of every kind. Open a book and hold fast to your dreams and goals. Open a book and you can be anyone who you want to be. Open a book and you can be anyone who you want to be. Hello Sharks.
Hello Sharks, I'm Vedanshi Shah. I'm 13 years old and I'm an avid reader. I can read almost 500 pages in a single day. But I've seen that many of my friends are stuck to their mobile phones for hours and hours on end and don't like to read. Sharks, did you know that 60% of Indian teenagers aged 9 to 17 years old spend more than 3 hours daily on unproductive screen time such as social media, e-gaming, e-sports, etc. Now, this leads to a lack of concentration in their studies and also may lead to mental health disorders such as depression and anxiety. This is a very widespread problem and we must do everything that we can to tackle it. And just like all Indian mothers, even my mom thinks that the phone is the root cause of every single problem. But that's exactly where my company, Inspiria, steps in. Inspiria, we aim to reduce teenagers' unproductive screen time through the power of books. Sharks, I'd like to share how I thought of Inspiria. So once when I was in 7th grade, I participated in a seminar. So at that seminar, I won the Best Presenter prize. But then what I received in prize truly delighted me. It was the Best Presenter certificate along with, guess what? A book. Now, the sheer delight of that moment was beyond what I can express in words. But that was when the idea of Inspiria as a book gifting business was born. A business that truly celebrates the joy of reading. At Inspiria, we provide you a customized and unique solution. The book box. It's a unique solution that includes a book of your choice based on your hobbies, life goals, personal interests, along with some accessories to enhance your reading experience. Now, this book box is a perfect gift for anyone aged 4 to 14 years old who does not like reading, wants to get into reading, or is already an avid reader. So these are the following categories for the book box. The first one is the hobby, learning, and genre related. This includes subcategories such as sports, fantasy, manga, etc. The second one is the customized category. This category is really simple, quick, and easy. In it, you just pick your best-selling book, choose your favorite accessories, and you're well on your way to chase your dreams. Sharks, I'd like to show you a sample book box from the sports category. Now, this book box is based on the theme of chess. This includes a best-selling chess book recommended by me and some accessories to enhance your reading experience. Here's an image for the audience. Sharks, now I'd like to give you a sample breakdown of the costs in this book box. So the best-selling chess book costs around rupees 300. The box cardboard along with packaging materials costs rupees 50. The accessories, which are usually 2 to 4 in a box, cost rupees 150. So this brings up the cost price of the book to rupees 500. I plan to sell these book boxes at a price of rupees 750. This gives me a profit margin of 50% and a profit of rupees 250 on each box. To start my business, I'd require capital in the following 4 areas. The first is website development. I plan to build an e-commerce website through which I can sell my book boxes. The cost for that would be rupees 85,000. Second would be inventory. Inventory includes books, packaging materials along with accessories. The cost for that would be rupees 1,20,000. Third would be human resources, because I need help to streamline my business. The cost for that would be rupees 1,50,000. For marketing, which includes Instagram, Pinterest, and SEO marketing, would be rupees 75,000. And miscellaneous cost would be rupees 30,000. So this brings up my final ask to start this business at rupees 4,60,000 in exchange for 10% of my company and your mentorship. Sharks, if you want to make a difference, invest in Book Inspiria. Together, we can inspire each and every child to become a lifelong reader. Will you join hands with me in spreading the magic of reading together? Thank you.
A great idea. This is something I think is the need of the hour, because not only kids, but even adults, we keep on spending so much of time over our digital medias and the platforms, where even if you open up your phone for like one work, but you end up spending like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and then maybe 2 hours. So very great idea.
Thank you.
And I mean, it's definitely solving a problem which exists not only in kids but also in adults. So I would like to ask, what is the vision of this, and suppose in 1 year or suppose in 3 years, where do you see this idea going?
So my vision would be obviously to make each and every child a lifelong reader. And as for the scale of this business, I would also like to involve a subscription-based model so I can get more recurring customers and sell this book box, and also increase my target market so that as many children as possible can enjoy the magic of reading.
Do you plan to keep a monthly subscription, yearly subscription? What is the consumer base that you're looking at? And why only the focus is on kids, not in general, like the entire audience?
I take your suggestions into consideration, ma'am, but my target market at this moment would be kids aged 4 to 14 years old, because I believe that getting them into reading is at an early age would be really impactful in the rest of their lives. And since kids these days are so involved in phones, in bad screen time, not just phones, their parents would also want them to change this habit of theirs.
So hi Vedanshi, a very good presentation and a very unique idea. I personally, I am an avid reader, but I've never thought of something like a book box. And that's where my question lies. The question is that if, say for example, your book for this particular book box costs 300 rupees, with all the other accessories added to it and the packaging and everything, it'll become a proposition of 750 rupees for somebody to buy. Why do you think a person who wants to get into reading, or a parent, because it is primarily for kids, why do you think a parent would want to invest 750 rupees in getting the child to read rather than just buy a book? What is it that the book box holds for them?
So the book box contains accessories that would enhance the child's reading experience. So if my friend is a 5-year-old and you just give him a non-fiction book, would you expect him to read that? No, because it's not something that would interest him. So these accessories make your reading experience more interesting and enjoyable for younger readers.
And apart from that, another question, what do you think makes a book interesting for somebody to read?
I think what makes a book interesting for somebody to read would be the jewel of learning and knowledge that is encapsulated in it. So if you figure out what is the heart of that particular book, I think you've absorbed its true meaning.
Once you do that, that's what makes the book interesting for you.
All right, thank you, Vedanshi.
Vedanshi, how do you intend to use technology for scaling up? Because you will need to scale up the business. You know, initially maybe your friends and family will take this up, but how do you intend to scale up, and how do you intend to use technology?
So technology would first and foremost be used in building the website, so through which I can sell
automation of my business, since creating this book box also involves a lot of time. So I can also, to also like streamline the whole process, I would like to use advanced technology so that my
I mean, do you have any idea what would you like to use in any clarity on that?
Please take this.
I'd like to use the platform Shopify to create my website. As for the hardware part, I'm not really sure, but I will definitely work on it. Thank you so much for your feedback.
Yeah. Vedanshi, excellent idea. Two things that I want you to focus on. This is a very good gift which a parent would like to give to a children. So you need to have that excitement why a child would like to read. I think that box idea is fantastic, but maybe you can add on something on that. A second part of the story, which is more on business development, that I just want your thought from. Do you feel later on, so you give me a book, 300-pager book, I read it. Then do you instill a model where that group of people have two things. One, they can share their thoughts about the book, because that is an important platform. Second, they can exchange books. So I read a chess book, tomorrow I want to read Sachin's classic biography. So do you instill that sort of model can be inbuilt and it can be revenue generated?
So for sure, I'll take your suggestion into consideration, but also to scale, I want to create a book community where I can gather readers from all around the world and they exchange their ideas, their passion on an online platform. So thank you so much.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. So when you have a book, you ask people to give their feedback, because that excites some other people to work. Just another part of the story that I wanted. So you making this box and other things. So just try to see whether we can use some recycling or green material, because that also sensitizes kids that okay, this is a greener future we are looking at.
So this box is actually recyclable.
Very good.
It's made from cardboard.
Excellent.
So it's 100%
Excellent. Congratulations. Glad.